welcome back to GP's Odds and Ends. Jessica here. So this isn't going to be a planner video, but I wanted to do a little bit of a chit chat. This is going to be my Etsy payout, but that's usually a fairly quick video. So I wanted to just chit chat a little bit about some things, but I wanted to show you kind of like the layout from one of the recent, this was one of the sticker kits from October that I received. I believe that one was October. I can't remember if this one was October as well. And then this one, of course, for Thanksgiving is from the November sub box that I got, which you should have seen that video already. But I love these so much, the stickers. They're so cute. But I did also want to so just some like life updates or whatever. I do still use, I haven't been using some of the pages like these pages quite as much as I have in the past, and I think that's just really like a time thing, just not really being able to sit down and kind of focus on this on a day-by-day basis. I try to a little bit, but then it just kind of like falls off. So maybe after the holidays I'll get back into like using these pages to kind of track some of these things, because they are helpful to kind of see where you are month over month. But I have been going to the gym every morning, so I normally start work on the days that I work. I start at 6 a.m. I've been getting up at about 3 a.m., which also kind of shortens my day because I'm going to bed much earlier than I probably used to, because I have to. There's no way I'd be able to get up at 3 in the morning if I don't go to bed early. But I have been going to the gym just about every morning that I work currently. I start waking up, my alarm goes off at 3 a.m. and then I kind of get to the gym somewhere between like 3:30 and 4 by the time I get dressed and get ready and all that. But I've been enjoying it. I never thought that I would be one to enjoy, but it is kind of too cold right now to go outside, and it gets, by the time I'm done with work, it's like already dark outside, so I can't really do as much outside on my work days anyways. So having, the gym or a place that I can go has been helpful. When I started, and I talked about like trying to kind of get more into like the fitness and everything before I went to Aruba, specifically because of that horseback riding excursion rather, because they had a weight limit, and just to throw it all out there, their weight limit was 220 to be able to go on to ride the horse. Which is understandable. You want everybody to be safe. It's not necessarily just a weight thing, but it also can be like a balance thing. And especially when we actually went, if you really aren't familiar with riding horses and things like that, because the terrain was so very like up and down and sometimes very steep, if you don't know how to balance yourself or can't balance yourself well, even, no matter what weight you are, you could fall off the horse, and that's just going to be injury to you, to the horse, etc. So I can understand that being a safety issue. I do have experience with horses. When I was probably when I was a teenager, I used to take horseback riding lessons. But in any case, I was about 4 pounds over the limit when we booked the excursion, which was about a month before. During that month prior to the trip, I was able to get about 4 pounds under the weight limit, but then of course going there, eating, drinking, not exercising as much, even though we were walking around every day and everything, I ended up being like right at their weight limit. So I was still able to go, which was awesome. And again, I have the experience of horseback riding because I took lessons when I was a teenager for probably like a year or two. So I do have that experience as well. But so as of like when I went on the trip or around when we came back from the trip, I was about 220 and kind of fluctuating between that and like 222, 220, 220, 219, like just kind of fluctuating for a little while. I weighed myself the other day and I was down to 213. I was quite surprised. So the gym is working, and I broke this nail a little bit, so it's a little bit shorter than it's supposed to be, but oh well. So let's get into the Etsy payout. So I did get, this would have been the beginning of November. Let's see. So I believe I got the payout. Let me just double check. That was on November 5th. Just so I have a record of that. I got $13, which is not a huge amount, but it is completely understandable because I haven't really been able to focus on getting a lot of new product into the shop. So it's really a matter of what's kind of already in there. So that's understandable and to be expected, if I'm not coming out with new products. But I think I'm going to put another item on sale. I'm going to sit down and figure out like which one. I put I put the Santa and Snowflake one on sale back in October, and I did get a couple of sales for that. I may, since I do have some like membership challenges from previous months, I may do some like mystery bundles maybe, and maybe like sell through some of that inventory. Members, if you are watching, if you want duplicates of any of the previous months, you can message me, email me, message down below, or message me on Etsy or Instagram and let me know. I'd be happy to send you out some extras if you, like I said, if you want a duplicate of any of the previous months. I don't mind doing that at all. But let's get into this. So I should have $13 here, and this budget binder was made by Janelle Ray Budgets, and I think this is all singles. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $13. So the breakdown, if you saw it on the screen there, I do 30% for taxes, 30% for supplies, 10% for equipment, and then the remaining goes into like a profit envelope. But really, I'll use that usually to create more challenges. So let's go back to the beginning here. So 30% for taxes is going to be $4. So I just take 30% of that 13 or whatever my payout is. So taxes now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 30, 45, 55, 56, 7, 8, 9, 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 167. And probably, depending on when I file taxes, like when we're normally able to file in January through April of next year for 2024, if I don't end up owing anything for taxes, which I didn't last year, and that's primarily because of my regular Monday through Friday job. So this doesn't really come into play or like affect my filing of taxes very much, because it's not like the amounts just aren't high enough. So I usually have been able to get a refund from my regular job. So if I have a refund, I'll probably take this money and maybe put it into creating some new challenges, like scratch off challenges for the shop, because I do order those from Canva. They print them out for me and they get sent. So that, does cost money. And that's another reason why I don't come out with a whole lot of new scratchers all the time, because I'm not printing them myself. I am ordering, creating them on Canva, and then they print and send them to me. So that takes money. So in the future, if I can, get the setup and the space and everything to kind of do that myself, that's something I'll look into. But for the time being, no can do. This is currently fully funded. This little slip comes from Supernatural Budgets, but this is actually the money that I've saved up for the yearly subscription to Canva. So I did fully fund that way back early in the year. Etsy Supplies is also getting $4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this now has 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So $22. So I could probably order or, create a scratch off and have it ordered. The thing is also with Canva, considering like the amount, it doesn't really seem like a huge amount, but just for only 10 scratchers, like scratch off cards, only 10 of them costs about $17 before shipping. And that's not including like extra envelopes, or they'll round the corners, for you. I can do that myself. I have envelopes and stuff like that. So that's really not like a whole lot of product for $17. So like I could only get one set of 10 scratchers for what I have in this envelope right now, just to kind of give you an idea. Otherwise, it has to come out of my own pocket. So I would love to get to the point where this is kind of funding itself, but I'm not there yet. And then let's see, equipment is getting 10%. So this is $2, 1 and 2. And we have 20, 45, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, and 1. I might have to look into maybe, getting some kind of an equipment where maybe I can start making my own challenges. We'll see, since I have that amount of money currently. We'll see. I have to do some research on that, because I have to do some research. And then the remaining is going to go into the profit envelope. But like I said, usually I'll take this and add it to getting some new items for the shop. So that's 3 going in. We now have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So I could get 2 sets of scratchers. 10 each. Of course. That's really not very many, which I mean, maybe is a good thing, because I really don't have the room, but I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so let me see, what time is it? I have a little bit of time, so maybe let's pull out the J-Bucks and do a little bit in here. I feel like I haven't pulled this out in a little while. So let's see what we have for J-Bucks. I was able to add a little bit to this the last time I got paid, but it was, I think, less than $10. But 10, 25, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 38 in here currently. Let's see what kind of shenanigans we get into. So we have 2 pages done, which is quite exciting. We are working on this a day at the races. How many dice will you roll? Roll a 1 through 6 dice, color the coordinating dice, and save the face value of the dice, or X amount per dice. Who will win? Set a prize for the winner. So I did set amounts at the bottom. I used a bigger dice and rolled, so that's why some of them are duplicates, the 4 and the 12, because I rolled a dice and that decided what the winning amount would be. But let me grab a dice here. Let me grab my markers. So we have just 2 in the race, 2 and 5 in the race currently. Now we have 3. Let me grab a different color. Let's do green for 3. Okay. And we'll do $1, $2, $3. Let me put that like that. Let's roll again. Another 5, so that was pink. So that's $5, and we'll roll one more time. Let's see if we can get a 1, 4, or 6. Whoops, another 5. So 5 is winning for sure. Okay, so we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to swap this out though for a 10. So we have $13 going into our our beach, Life's a Beach Savings Challenge book. And this book is from Snow Gardener 307 Budgets. So go check her out. She has a fantastic YouTube and Etsy shop. She's like my idol for the Etsy shop challenges that she creates. She does amazing work, so go check her out. I don't know where she gets all of that creativity from. And she's just such a sweet person. So 13 going in. I have this envelope away in the back. I'm not going to count this, but let me see. I do have everything all. We'll put the 10 in and the 1s. All right. I might have to count it and just see, because I really don't want like a huge amount. Should we count it? Because I think what I would like to do, I don't really want to put that money in the bank just yet. But I think I maybe want to put it like in a safe. I do have a safe here at home, just like a small one. But I might want to put the money into the safe and then put placeholders in, just so the money's not like just sitting out. So if this is 500 minimum, I'll swap it for a placeholder and put this money in a safe. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, and we're not going to be there. So I'll wait a little bit longer, so you're not going to get to know the exact amount, but we are getting close. I think when I get to 500, that's what I'll do. I'll put this money in a safe that I can kind of like hide somewhere else, so that money is not just sitting out on my table. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate all of you coming back and listening to the random odds and ends that I talk about. Hence the name, Odds and Ends, GP's Odds and Ends. I did have somebody ask me what the GP meant, or what it stands for. Way back when I was still living in Florida, I was dating this guy, and he kind of, I say dating like loosely, like we maybe saw each other like a couple of times. It really was not a thing. But he was like highly into like business and finances and things like that. And he kind of talked me into starting an LLC. And I didn't really have like a plan for it back then when I started it, but it was just supposed to be kind of something that I could get like tax benefits from. I didn't really like completely understand all of it, but I did end up starting the YouTube channel. When I started the YouTube channel, I decided to call it GP Nail Art. So the GP stood for what the name of the business was, and the business name is actually Gentle Pooch, which is in honor of my dog that that I had with me pretty much my whole entire life in Florida. She was with me for 16 years, and she did pass just before I moved from Florida back up to Connecticut a few years ago. But I had her when she turned 6 weeks old all the way until she passed at the age of 16 and a half-ish. So I had her for quite a long time, and she was just such a sweetheart. She had a little bit of a stubborn streak, just like me. But her name was Metea, Metea. But the reason I called it Gentle Pooch, I didn't want to go just by her name specifically, but her name is, I believe it's a Celtic name that means gentle. So that's where Gentle Pooch came in. So if you ever wondered where the GP comes from, because it has nothing to do with my actual name, that this is where she's the inspiration behind GP. So she's my little sweetheart. Maybe I should keep her down here on the desk. Huh? Yeah, maybe I should do that. But yeah, so she's kind of like the name behind the GP, or where the GP comes from. And I did have somebody ask also if the Planner Envy subscriptions were monthly or quarterly. They do come out every month. I'm not sure if they have another option. I'll try to go over it more the next time I do a sub box video, which I think I've already filmed the one that you'll see for December, because they send them out real early. I usually get, like, at the end of November, I'll probably be getting the one for January, but I don't want to show them till the end of the month that they're for, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody if they want to be surprised. So for the January one, I'll try to remember to, like, maybe do a screen recording of their website to kind of give you an idea of what they offer for their subscriptions. But thank you again so much for watching and listening and commenting down below. Thank you to my members, for the ones that have rejoined the lower membership level that I have now, because I have just one membership level. And till next time, bye for now.